The battles we face within our minds often determine the course of our lives. It's not the external challenges or what others say about us that holds the most power. It's what we say to ourselves. Our inner dialogue shapes how we see the world, how we respond to adversity, and ultimately how we live. The thoughts you entertain are either building you up or tearing you down. They're either encouraging you to step forward in confidence or pulling you back with doubt and fear. The question is, are you your greatest ally or your toughest opponent? Winning the war within starts with recognizing the power of your words, especially the ones you speak to yourself. If you consistently tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you're unworthy, or that you'll never succeed, those words become your reality. You begin to live out the limitations you've spoken over yourself. But here's the good news, the opposite is also true. When you speak words of hope, possibility, and strength, you begin to rise above your circumstances. You start to see yourself as capable, resilient, and ready to overcome whatever comes your way. Think about how often we criticize ourselves for small mistakes or dwell on past failures. We replay those moments over and over, allowing them to take root and grow into feelings of inadequacy. But what if instead we focused on our strengths? What if we reminded ourselves of all the times we've succeeded, all the obstacles we've overcome, and all the ways we've grown? When you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right, you create a foundation for confidence and resilience. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing what you dwell on. Your mind is like a garden and your thoughts are the seeds. If you plant seeds of negativity, don't be surprised when you find weeds of discouragement taking over. But if you plant seeds of positivity, optimism, and determination, you'll cultivate a mindset that empowers you to thrive, even in tough times. To master your inner dialogue, you have to be intentional about the messages you allow in. Be mindful of the voices you listen to, the media you consume, and the people you surround yourself with. All of these influence the way you think and speak to yourself. If you're constantly hearing negativity, it's only a matter of time before it seeps into your own thoughts. But if you fill your life with uplifting voices and encouraging messages, you'll find it easier to speak those same truths to yourself. It's also important to recognize that winning the war within is a daily process. Just like you wouldn't go to the gym once and expect to be fit for life, you can't address your inner dialogue once and expect lasting change. Every day brings new challenges and new opportunities to choose what you focus on and what you speak over yourself. Some days will be easier than others, but every step forward is progress. When you catch yourself falling into negative self-talk, stop and replace it with something positive. Instead of saying, "I'll never get this right," try saying, "I'm learning and improving every day." Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," remind yourself, "I have everything I need to succeed." These small shifts might feel insignificant at first, but over time they create a powerful transformation in the way you see yourself and the world around you. As we navigate life's ups and downs, let's remember that the greatest battles we face are often the ones within our own minds. By mastering our inner dialogue, we're not just changing the way we think, we're changing the way we live. You have the power to speak life, hope, and strength into your own story. Use that power wisely. Speak words that lift you up, that remind you of your worth, and that inspire you to keep moving forward. And as you do, you'll find that the war within isn't something to fear, it's an opportunity to rise. Thank you. Fear is one of the most powerful forces we encounter. It has a way of creeping into our thoughts, whispering doubts and magnifying obstacles. Fear tells us that we're not enough, that we'll fail, or that the challenges ahead are too great to overcome. It tries to paralyze us, keeping us stuck in a cycle of hesitation and insecurity. But fear, as overwhelming as it can feel, is not invincible. It can be defeated, and the key to overcoming it lies in strengthening our resolve with faith. Faith is not just a belief in a higher purpose or plan. It's a belief in the possibilities within you. It's choosing to see beyond your current circumstances and trust that there's a way forward, even when you can't see it clearly. Faith gives you the courage to step into the unknown, to face what seems impossible, and to keep moving, even when fear tries to stop you. It reminds you that your potential is greater than your problems, and that the challenges you face are not the end of your story. Fear often thrives on uncertainty. It feeds on the unknown, convincing us that because we don't have all the answers, we should hold back. But faith takes a different approach. Faith acknowledges the uncertainty and says, even though I don't know what's next, I trust that I have what it takes to handle it. Faith shifts your focus from what you can't control to what you can. It empowers you to take the next step, no matter how small, and trust that the path will become clearer as you go. One of the most powerful ways to defeat fear is to confront it head on. Fear loses its grip when you face it with courage and determination. It's not about being fearless, it's about feeling the fear and moving forward anyway. Every time you take a step in spite of your fear, you weaken its hold on you. You prove to yourself that you're stronger than you thought, and you build the confidence to tackle even greater challenges. Faith also equips you to reframe the way you see fear. Instead of viewing it as a barrier, you can see it as an opportunity for growth. Fear often points to the areas where we're being stretched, where we're stepping out of our comfort zones and into new territory. It's in those moments of discomfort that we grow the most. When you choose faith over fear, you're not just overcoming an obstacle, you're becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. It's important to recognize that fear is a natural part of life. Everyone experiences it, no matter how confident or successful they may seem. The difference between those who move forward and those who remain stuck is how they respond to fear. Will you let it control you, or will you rise above it? The choice is yours, and the power lies within you. Faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting that the answers will come. It's about believing in your ability to adapt, to learn, and to persevere. It's about holding on to hope even in the face of uncertainty, and choosing to focus on what's possible instead of what's holding you back. When you anchor yourself in faith, fear loses its ability to dictate your decisions and your destiny. As you navigate the challenges of life, remember that fear doesn't have to define you. You have the strength, the courage, and the faith to rise above it. Each step you take in the face of fear is a victory. Each moment you use faith over doubt is a triumph. So don't let fear hold you back from the life you're meant to live. Stand tall, move forward, and trust in the possibilities ahead. You're stronger than you know, and the best is yet to come. Thank you. Discipline is often seen as a burden, something restrictive that takes away our freedom. But the truth is, self-discipline is one of the most powerful tools we have to achieve our goals and live the life we desire. It's not about denying yourself joy or spontaneity. It's about aligning your actions with your purpose. Discipline is what turns dreams into reality. It's what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. And it's the key to winning the war within. Every great achievement begins with discipline. Think about an artist perfecting their craft, an athlete training for a competition, or an entrepreneur building a business from the ground up. None of these accomplishments happen by chance. They require consistency, focus, and a willingness to do the hard work, even when it's uncomfortable. Discipline isn't glamorous and it's rarely easy, but it's always worth it. One of the biggest misconceptions about discipline is that it's a form of punishment. People think it's about giving up the things you enjoy or forcing yourself to do things you hate. But true discipline isn't about deprivation, it's about choice. It's about choosing what matters most to you and prioritizing it over temporary distractions or comforts. It's about saying yes to your future self and no to the things that don't serve your greater purpose. Discipline requires a shift in mindset. Instead of focusing on what you're giving up, focus on what you're gaining. When you choose to wake up early to work on your goals, you're gaining progress and momentum. When you choose to eat healthy or exercise, you're gaining energy and next size. When you choose to invest time in personal growth, you're gaining knowledge and confidence. Discipline isn't about losing freedom, it's about creating freedom. It's about taking control of your life and directing it toward the path you truly want. The challenge with discipline is that it often feels hardest in the moment. It's easier to hit the snooze button than to get out of bed and start your day. It's easier to scroll through social media than to focus on your work. It's easier to indulge in instant gratification than to wait for long-term rewards. But the easy path rarely leads to growth or fulfillment. It's the disciplined path, the one that requires effort and intention, that takes you where you want to go. To develop discipline, start small. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Begin with one habit or one area where you want to improve. Maybe it's setting aside 10 minutes each day to meditate, write, or plan your goals. Maybe it's committing to a weekly exercise routine or limiting distractions during work hours. Whatever it is, start with something manageable and build from there. Each small act of discipline strengthens your resolve and builds momentum for greater change. Remember, discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The first steps may feel difficult, but with practice, they become second nature. Over time, what once required effort becomes a habit, and those habits become the foundation for success. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up for yourself, even on the days when you don't feel like it. As you cultivate discipline, you'll begin to see the ripple effects in other areas of your life. You'll feel more confident, more focused, and more capable of handling challenges. You'll realize that the sacrifices you make today are investments in a brighter tomorrow. Discipline doesn't just help you achieve your goals, it transforms you into the kind of person who can achieve them. The war within isn't won in a single moment. It's won through the daily choices we make to stay committed, to stay focused, and to stay disciplined. So let's choose discipline not as a burden, but as a gift. Let's choose to do the hard things, not because they're easy, but because they're worth it. And as we do, we'll discover that the greatest rewards come not just from reaching the destination, but from becoming the person who had the strength to get there. Thank you that the mind is a battlefield where countless thoughts and emotions wage war every day. It's the space where doubt can creep in, fear can take root, and insecurities can grow. But it's also the place where confidence can rise, hope can flourish, and dreams can be born. Winning the war within starts with understanding that your mind is your most powerful tool, and what you choose to focus on determines the direction of your life. If you let negative thoughts dominate, they will hold you back. But if you train your mind to dwell on positivity, possibilities, and purpose, you'll discover strength you never knew you had. One of the greatest challenges we face is learning how to silence the noise. The world is full of distractions, opinions from others, overwhelming schedules, and the constant barrage of information. But the loudest distractions often come from within. That inner voice that tells you you're not enough, that you're going to fail, or that your dreams are too big, that's the voice you must confront and overcome. Winning the war within means refusing to let that voice dictate your future. It means recognizing those thoughts for what they are, obstacles, not truths. Training your mind is like training your body. It takes consistency and intentionality. You have to feed your mind with the right things, uplifting words, encouraging messages, and thoughts that build you up rather than tear you down. What you focus on grows. If you constantly replay your failures, regrets, or what you lack, those things will feel bigger and more overwhelming. But if you choose to focus on your strengths, your progress, and the opportunities ahead, you'll begin to see the world and yourself in a new light. Part of winning this internal battle is recognizing the power of gratitude. Gratitude shifts your perspective. It takes the focus off what's wrong and reminds you of what's right. When you start each day with gratitude, you're telling your mind to look for the good. Even in the midst of challenges, there's always something to be thankful for: your health, your relationships, or even the lessons you're learning through the difficulties. Gratitude is a powerful weapon against negativity because it changes the lens through which you see your life. Another key to winning the war within is learning to let go of what you can't control. So much of our stress comes from trying to manage things that are beyond our influence: other people's opinions, past mistakes, or future uncertainties. But freedom comes when you release those burdens. Focus on what you can control: your attitude, your effort, and the choices you make today. When you let go of the rest, you create space for peace and clarity to take root. Surrounding yourself with the right influences is also critical. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environments you engage in all shape your thoughts. If you're surrounded by negativity, it's only a matter of time before it seeps into your mindset. But when you intentionally surround yourself with positivity, encouragement, inspiration, it strengthens your resolve and empowers you to keep moving forward. Winning the war within doesn't mean you'll never have a negative thought again or that challenges won't arise. It means developing the resilience to face those moments with strength and determination. It's about choosing to get back up every time you stumble and reminding yourself of the progress you've made. You're not defined by a single moment or a single thought. You're defined by how you respond, by the decisions you make to keep going, and by the belief that you're capable of more than you know. As you fight this internal battle, remember that it's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. Every day is an opportunity to take one more step, to choose one more positive thought, and to move one step closer to the person you're meant to be. Don't let the noise of the world or the doubts in your mind hold you back. Silence the negativity, focus on the good, and step into the greatness that's waiting for you. You have what it takes to win the war within, and the best is yet to come. Thank you. The battle within is often one of clarity versus confusion, purpose versus distraction. To win this battle, you must first understand the importance of setting intentions. Intentions are more than goals. They are a roadmap for your thoughts, actions, and decisions. They anchor you to what truly matters, giving you direction even in the midst of chaos. Without clear intentions, it's easy to get lost in the noise of life, chasing after things that don't align with your purpose. But when you live with intention, every step you take moves you closer to the person you're meant to be. Setting intention starts with self-awareness. You must take the time to reflect on who you are, what you value, and what you want to achieve. It's not just about what the world expects of you or what seems like the logical next step. It's about tuning into your heart and listening to the quiet whispers of your inner truth. When you operate from a place of self-awareness, your decisions become more aligned and your actions more purposeful. Living intentionally means learning to prioritize. In a world filled with endless demands on your time and energy, it's easy to get caught up in what's urgent rather than what's important. But winning the war within requires you to focus on the things that truly matter. Ask yourself, will this decision bring me closer to my purpose, or is it merely a distraction? Is this task serving my growth, or is it simply filling my time? Prioritization is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. One of the most powerful tools for living with intention is the practice of visualization. Visualization is more than daydreaming. It's a deliberate exercise in imagining your desired outcomes and feeling them as if they've already been achieved. When you visualize your goals, you're programming your mind to recognize opportunities and take actions that align with your vision. It's like planting seeds in the garden of your mind. With consistency and care, those seeds grow into the reality you've been working toward. Intentional living also involves learning to say no. Many of us struggle with this. because we want to please others, avoid conflict, or seize every opportunity that comes our way. But saying yes to everything often means saying no to the things that truly matter. Winning the war within means setting boundaries and protecting your energy. It's about recognizing that your time and focus are finite resources and choosing to invest them wisely. When you live with intention, you create a ripple effect. Your clarity inspires others, your purpose motivates those around you, and your focus becomes contagious. People begin to see the light in you and are drawn to your authenticity. Living intentionally doesn't just transform your life, it transforms the lives of those you touch. The key to sustaining this intentional way of living is consistency. It's not enough to set intentions once and hope for the best. You must revisit them daily, reminding yourself of your purpose and adjusting your course as needed. Life will throw distractions your way, and there will be moments when you feel off track. But with consistent reflection and recalibration, you'll always find your way back to your true path. Winning the war within isn't about eliminating all challenges or distractions. It's about having the clarity, purpose, and discipline to navigate them. It's about choosing to live with intention every day, even when it's difficult. When you commit to this way of life, you'll find that the battles within become less overwhelming and the victories more rewarding. Let's make a commitment to live intentionally, not just for a moment, but as a way of life. Let's choose to focus on what truly matters, to prioritize our purpose, and to protect our peace. When we do, we'll not only win the war within, but also create a life filled with meaning, fulfillment, and joy. Thank you that the war within is often fueled by the expectations and judgments of others. We live in a world where external validation can feel like the measure of our worth, where the opinions of others can shape how we see ourselves. But to truly win this battle, we must learn to free ourselves from the need for constant approval. Seeking validation from others keeps you in a cycle of dependency, tying your sense of self-worth to something you can't control. The truth is, your value is inherent, and no one else's opinion can add to or diminish it. Breaking free from the need for validation begins with recognizing your intrinsic worth. You don't have to earn approval to be enough. You don't need someone else's praise to confirm your abilities or character. Your worth isn't based on your achievements, popularity, or the number of people who applaud you. It comes from within, from knowing that you are unique, capable, and deserving of the life you envision. When you internalize this truth, the opinions of others lose their power to define you. Learning to trust yourself is a critical step in this journey. Trusting yourself means believing in your decisions even when others don't agree. It means having confidence in your abilities even when no one else sees your potential. This self-trust is built over time through small acts of courage and moments when you choose to stand firm in your truth. Every time you trust yourself, you strengthen your ability to rise above the noise and follow your path. Releasing the need for validation also requires redefining failure and success. Too often, we equate success with approval and failure with rejection. But real success is about growth, learning, and staying true to your values, even when the world doesn't applaud. Failure, too, is a teacher. It's not a reflection of your worth, but an opportunity to refine your approach and grow stronger. When you shift your perspective, you free yourself from the fear of judgment and find the courage to take risks and pursue your dreams. One of the most liberating truths is that not everyone's opinion matters. Some people will misunderstand you, criticize you, or fail to see your vision, and that's okay. Their perspective doesn't determine your path. Instead of focusing on the opinions of the crowd, surround yourself with those who genuinely support you, who believe in your potential, and who encourage your growth. These are the voices worth listening to, the ones that lift you up rather than weigh you down. Setting boundaries is another essential part of winning this internal battle. People will always have opinions, and some may try to impose their expectations on you. But it's your responsibility to protect your peace and prioritize your well-being. Setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out. It's about creating space for what truly matters to you. It's about saying no when something doesn't align with your values and saying yes to the things that nurture your soul. As you release the need for validation, you'll notice a shift in how you see yourself in the world. You'll begin to operate from a place of confidence rather than insecurity, authenticity rather than conformity. This doesn't mean you won't value feedback or cherish meaningful connections. It means you'll no longer be controlled by the opinions of others. You'll be free to live a life that's true to who you are. Winning this battle within is not about isolating yourself or ignoring everyone's input. It's about balancing the external with the internal, valuing your voice above all others. When you stop seeking constant approval, you reclaim your power. You become the author of your story, the one who decides what's possible and what's worth pursuing. As we close, remember this: your worth is not up for debate. You don't need anyone else's permission to dream big, to take bold steps, or to embrace who you are. The opinions of others will come and go, but your truth is constant. Stand firm in it, live boldly, and let your life be a reflection of the freedom and confidence that comes from within. The best is yet to come, and it's waiting for the authentic you. Thank you.